Good morning. It's Ruben Lowing. Friday morning here in Cypress, Texas. I get up this morning. Well, um, I read my scriptures and I meditated. And in my meditation, I fell asleep and I started dreaming. And so I'm guessing my dream was like uh, forming up the Falconer Initiative, this voc rehab for veterans and ex-felons, and I'm going to be one of the directors. And I see this guy, and I'm like, oh my, it's I know him. And it was Woody Mister. So I'm like staff, and I'm like coming out of this meeting, and the classroom's getting, and he's one of the first ones in the classroom sitting down talking to this instructor, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And the alarm goes off. See, Woody died a little over a year ago. He uh, he had a heart attack, and I think it's because he was drinking a lot. His son died, and he got really depressed and started drinking. But Woody was really charismatic. He was kind of a what do you call it? Um, we clashed. He was a 60 gunner. I remember this major fight, epic fight that outside the boxing ring that I got into in Mexican Village. Me and a guy. Oh, this is crazy. Uh, Frank Hoagland and Jose Henao and Scotty Isom. We cleaned up, and but it's all because Woody was hitting on this girl, and her boyfriend didn't like it. He was a big dude, and and so anyway, uh, this guy and Woody tangled up, and I had to get him off of Woody and deal with him myself, and thought I killed the guy, and and then we went to Panama, and Woody was he was a new guy, kind of a little boisterous, and it was his birthday, and oh man, him and Regan Stratman had the birthday the same day, and he we went to the movies, and I was driving, and after the movies, they got out of the car and bolted, and I went after Regan, and I'm chasing after him, and I kick his heel and takes him down, and I was notorious for toe biting. Every nerve in your body crosses under your big toe. That bit his toe. Then Raul, Woody crawls up on top of, he's drunk, crawls up on top of the first, the ledge over the first floor, under the first floor windows of the barracks. Crawls up on top of the parking garage. Raul follows him, pinches his Adam's apple, and he pushes him off the first floor ledge, and he hits the ground, and bounces back up and takes off into the jungle. Right that minute, the shore patrol comes around the corner, and Say, who was that? And before I could say anything, Jose Hanau. Yeah, we just came back from the movies, and somebody uh, had broken into our barracks, and they ran off into the jungle. So all night long, Shore Patrol's got dogs after Woody, uh, chasing around the jungle around San Juan Hill. Then in the morning, he wakes up naked in a tree with ants all over him. And he gets back to the barracks, and he's going to try to find his shorts. And Shore Patrol comes by, are you Woody Mistress? So they take him in. And so they come back, and he can bring him back to the barracks. He tells us all what happened. Then we start to haze him, right? And I bite his toe, and he's like threatening to whip my. He's handcuffed, and his legs are taped together, and all his clothes have been stripped off. And I'm like, all right, boy. And I drag him off the couch by his feet and start dragging him around the carpet. And I'm gonna take him down the stairs. But the LPO, Al Clark, made me stop. And he's sitting there trying to get the handcuffs and the tape off of him. And Jim Shomes walks out of his room and pours a bottle of Aqua Velva on him with a rug burns all over his body. Anyway, and then after the Panama invasion, we had 4 dead, 8 wounded. And then it wasn't a lot of fun. And Woody's like all excited, and we're like, getting the Zodiacs put away, and he's doing donuts in the water with a Zodiac, and he's all excited because he got to actually go to combat, And Al Clark's like, cut it out. This ain't a fun time, And last time I saw Woody, he was an instructor at Buzz teaching free fall. And I guess he turned out doing okay. And then his son died, and he started drinking a lot and had a heart attack. That's happened to a lot of my buddies. And anyway, the verse that stood out to me this morning was Proverbs 35, verse 5. Let them be blown away like chaff, worthless with no substance, and with the angel of the Lord driving them on. That's pertaining to the people that are coming after David, pursuing David. I don't know why. I mean, my mind didn't have Woody on it when I was reading. It was in the dream. And I ain't thought about Woody dying for a bit. I don't know why that came to me. I had something similar happen. Richard Lohr. We were really good friends in school from like 7th grade on. We probably fought each other more than anybody else in school. But we were good friends. We always start off slap boxing, and I'd get him hard. Somebody'd smack him hard, and he'd get mad and start. He was bigger than me. Next thing I know, he's got me by the throat up against the wall, ready to punch me in the face. He had really fast hands, But once you put gloves on him, it was like putting handcuffs on him. I could always handle him with gloves on. And but he got high, and he was car surfing, and fell off the car, and cracked his head and died. Probably 6 months after I graduated from high school. And he was one of the last people I saw before I went to boot camp. He came into the store I was working in, and he needed a ride to Fife Lake, and I gave him a ride. And that's the last person I saw before my buddies before I went to boot camp. All right, and so I had a dream about him. I was at this party, and I'm like, dude, I thought you were dead. He's like, I am, and I woke up. It's kind of like how this was with Woody. I was all excited to see him because I thought he died. No, he did die. I was just dreaming. All right, man. Have a good Friday.